in a day that would change everyone's lives. Why? What could have happened on that day? Gabriele Barcelos, the child of a love that united 3 sisters and a brother, embarked on an extraordinary chapter of her life at the end of 2016. The setting, a private university in Uberlandia, Minas Gerais, where Gabriele decided to pursue her dream of becoming an agronomic engineer. However, destiny had unexpected surprises in store for her. In the first months of her university life, Gabriele shared shocking news with her family. She was 4 months pregnant. The pregnancy, an unplanned twist, forced her to readjust her plans and priorities. A neighbor, Aline Roberta Fagundes, also pregnant, was about to change the course of history. Follow this story that makes us question what we are capable of doing in the name of love, fear, and obsession. Welcome to the Criminal Chronicles channel. If you're fascinated by unexplained mysteries and intriguing challenges, this is the right place for you. Welcome to another video full of sinister enigmas and stories that will captivate your attention from start to finish. If you love unraveling intriguing cases and diving into mysterious narratives, don't waste any time and join us right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details of the mysteries we're going to explore together from now on. And of course, if you can give that like early in the video, know that it makes all the difference for me to continue bringing engaging content to you. Let's dive headfirst into another intriguing journey. Here we go. Gabriele Barcelos, the child of a love that united 3 sisters and a brother, embarked on an extraordinary chapter of her life at the end of 2016. The chosen backdrop for this journey was a private university in Uberlandia, Minas Gerais, where she decided to pursue her dream of becoming an agronomic engineer. However, destiny had unexpected surprises in store for her. In the first months of her university life, Gabriele shared shocking news with her family. She was 4 months pregnant. The pregnancy, an unplanned twist, forced her to readjust her plans and priorities. Gabriele's focus now shifted to the well-being of her future daughter, whom she chose to name Sophia. Among friends and family, she was affectionately known as Bibi, a cheerful and humble young woman facing life with determination. The clock ticked on, and soon Sophia would see the light of the world. Gabriele's happiness and anticipation were evident in her words, which she shared on a social network on December 4, 2017. "Today, I am overflowing with joy to carry my daughter. Soon, I'll be able to see her face." However, these would be Gabriele's last words, an 18-year-old with 8 months of pregnancy. Gabriele shared a home with her boyfriend's family in the Monte Hebron residential neighborhood in the west zone of Uberlandia. Practically next door lived Aline Roberta Fagundes, a 37-year-old woman with 2 children, aged 8 and 14, who was also pregnant. Aline wanted to have one more child, the first with her boyfriend at the time, with whom she had been in a relationship for 10 months. On a fateful morning, Aline, also pregnant, invited Gabriele to her home under the pretext of donating baby clothes. There, she offered juice and coffee to the young woman. In no time, Gabriele began to feel unwell and was taken to the bedroom to rest. At that moment, Aline sent her children to school. In the afternoon, Aline called her boyfriend, claiming that the baby had been born. They rushed to the nearest health facility, but the baby was in critical condition. The hospital decided to transfer the mother and the baby to the Hospital das Clínicas at the Federal University of Uberlandia. At the hospital, Aline claimed that she had given birth at home, alone. However, the medical team soon grew suspicious of this story due to the physical condition of the woman. It seemed impossible that she had gone through childbirth at home on the same day. The police were called in to investigate. When Aline's 14-year-old son returned from school, he was met with a horrifying scene. The house was covered in blood. He followed the trail of blood and discovered a body in a ditch in the backyard. Immediately, at 18:53, he called the military police, reporting the dreadful discovery. When the officers arrived at the scene, they found a body wrapped in a blanket and a rug next to a bicycle. Forensics confirmed the presence of a woman with a deep cut on her abdomen, exposing her entrails. Based on information from the 2 reports, the officers went to the hospital and arrested Aline, unraveling a tragic puzzle that began with the joy of motherhood and ended in a horror story. In her statement, She shared responsibility with her boyfriend, claiming he pressured her to have a child after she had a miscarriage of twins at 4 months of pregnancy. Fearing abandonment, Aline lied to her partner, stating that the ultrasound machine was broken and that she was still pregnant, now with just one baby. Aline then began to devise a plan to obtain a child and started observing pregnant women in the neighborhood from a distance. She noticed that her neighbor Gabriele was pregnant and gradually built a trusting relationship with her over months. After researching emergency childbirth methods on the internet, Aline invited Gabriele to her home, claiming she had some baby clothes to donate to the young pregnant woman. Once at Aline's residence, Gabriele accepted a glass of juice, which contained 40 drops of Rivotril. This medication is known to induce drowsiness within minutes, causing Gabriele to feel sleepy and be put to bed to rest. When Aline's children left for school, she returned to the room and suffocated Gabriele with her hands. She then performed an improvised cesarean section with a blade similar to a utility knife, opening the victim's belly and removing the baby. During this terrible act, she sent messages to her boyfriend, claiming she was giving birth, even sending pictures of the newborn baby. Aline took Gabriele's blood and spread it in the genital area to simulate a home birth. She then headed to the hospital with the baby. The child, a girl named Sofia Gabriele, faced severe respiratory difficulties shortly after birth and was admitted in critical condition to the neonatal intensive care unit. The police later informed that the child, initially under the care of Gabriele's family, was removed from her custody. Aline Roberta Fagundes was questioned and charged with qualified homicide, abortion, and concealing a corpse. She was detained and taken to the Professor Jassi de Assi prison in Uberlandia. During her testimony, Aline presented at least 4 different versions of the events leading to the crime. In all of them, she claimed her boyfriend was aware of and encouraged the murder and the kidnapping of the baby. Aline's 34-year-old partner, childless, was also detained on suspicion of involvement in the crime. However, the man denied any involvement in the case, stating that on the morning he left for work, Aline told him that their daughter would be born that week. He was subsequently released, but remained under investigation by the civil police. The couple, who had no criminal records, had met online in February 2017. At the beginning of their relationship, Aline even lied about having cancer to keep her boyfriend. 2 weeks before the crime, they had separated, and the man was living with relatives. Gabriele Barcelos Silva, who was pregnant by a 16-year-old young man, was mourned at the Angelo Cunha funeral home in Uberlandia, and her burial took place in December at 5:05 in the Campo do Bom Pastor cemetery. Her last Facebook post read, "There are things in life that happen without planning and end up becoming the most important thing in our life." The victim was still celebrating the fact of becoming a mother. Gabriele's grandmother, Maria Aparecida, exclaimed, "She built an intimacy with my granddaughter and followed her every move, including visits to the doctor, where she took pictures of the ultrasounds to send to her boyfriend as if the baby were theirs. It's profound sadness. We want justice. But if it's not here, we know that God's justice will not fail." The medical report indicated that Gabriele's death occurred due to acute bleeding during or after childbirth, not before as claimed by Aline in her statement. After 3 months of intensive treatment, the baby was discharged from the hospital. She still couldn't breastfeed and depended on a feeding tube, in addition to suffering from seizures. Currently, the child, at 3 years old, is under the custody of her maternal grandmother. The victim's family awaits justice, hoping to ease the pain of losing Gabriele and dealing with their granddaughter's health challenges. The criminal case progressed in the Crimes Against Persons Court of Uberlandia. The first hearing and trial took place in May of 2018, with the aim of hearing the defendant and the witnesses. However, in July of the same year, the judge suspended the process at the request of Aline's defense, who sought a psychiatric evaluation to assess her mental health. Finally, on January 28, 2021, the Popular Tribunal of the Uberlandia Forum sentenced Aline Roberta Fagundes, then 41 years old, to 25 years and 6 months in prison. The jury found that Aline murdered Gabriele Barcelos for base motives, using cruel means and resources that prevented the victim's defense. Furthermore, she concealed the body and kidnapped the child. And so, we conclude another fascinating dive into the shadows of the world of crime and mysteries. If you were intrigued by the twists, puzzles, and engaging narratives we explored here on the Criminal Chronicles channel, don't miss the chance to join us on this ongoing journey. Subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss any electrifying episodes that are coming up. Each case, every detail meticulously investigated, depends on your support to keep happening. Leave your like, because that's what motivates us to continue bringing you quality content and thorough investigations. Comments are also essential. Share your theories, opinions, and ideas. Your participation makes this community even richer and full of energy to unravel the greatest criminal mysteries. Remember, producing videos as engaging as this is a challenge, but with your support, we can continue to explore stories that stir our investigative instincts. So don't waste any more time. If you're not yet part of this passionate community of mysteries and intriguing crimes, click the subscribe button, activate notifications, and leave your mark in the comments and likes. Together, we will uncover the most complex secrets of the criminal underworld. Until the next video, detectives.